Dear friends, what do you do when your world collapses without warning? When the job you prayed for disappears? When the medical report changes everything? When the people you trusted misunderstand you? When you cry out to God and heaven seems silent? We live in a generation of quick fixes and instant gratification. But pain, my dear friends, does not disappear with a notification. Suffering does not bow to technology. There was a man who lost everything, not because he was wicked, but because his faith was being revealed. His name was Job. His story is written in the book of Job, but it speaks directly to the 21st century. The Bible describes Job as blameless and upright. Job chapter 1 verse 1. Yet in one devastating season, his wealth vanished, his children died, his health deteriorated, his wife lost hope, his friends accused him. Still, Job declared, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job chapter 1 verse 21. And later, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." Job chapter 13 verse 15. That is not shallow faith. That is deep, tested, fire-refined faith. Today, suffering looks different but feels the same. Career instability, economic pressure, depression and anxiety, public criticism on social media, loneliness in crowded cities, pressure to compromise Christian values and follow only rituals. Following Jesus today is not easy. Practicing your own religion, my dear friends, has become difficult. In a culture that celebrates self-promotion, Jesus calls humility. In a world that promotes comfort, Jesus speaks of carrying a cross. In a society that redefines truth, Jesus says, "I am the way and the truth and the life." John chapter 14 verse 6. The Apostle Paul reminds us, everyone who wants to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 12. Faith in today's world requires courage, my dear friends. The saints understood suffering deeply. Augustine of Hippo said, "God had one son on earth without sin, but never one without suffering." Mother Teresa once said, "Pain and suffering have come into your life, but remember, pain, sorrow, suffering are but the kisses of Jesus." John of the Cross wrote about the dark night, teaching that sometimes God seems absent, not because He has left us, but because He is deepening our faith. Even St. Francis of Assisi said, "All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light of a single candle." Job lived this truth long before them. The deeper lesson, my dear friends, today is, at the end of his suffering, Job says, "My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you." Job chapter 42 verse 5. The greatest blessing was not restoration of wealth, it was deeper revelation of God. And the New Testament assures us in first epistle of Peter, "After you have suffered a little while, He will restore you and make you strong. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 10. Suffering is not the end. It is often the doorway to spiritual maturity. In our present scenario, following Christ means standing for truth when it is unpopular, choosing integrity over shortcuts, remaining pure in a morally confused culture, forgiving when revenge feels justified, trusting God when science, media, and society mocks faith. The cost is real, but so is the reward. Job teaches us that faith is not proven in comfort, it is proven in crisis. Let me ask you a few questions, my dear friends. If everything comfortable in your life disappeared, would your faith remain? Do you trust God only when He blesses or also when He allows? Are you following Jesus for convenience or conviction? When suffering comes, will you curse God or cling to Him? Is your relationship with God built on emotions or on truth? And the deepest question of all is, if your faith were tested today, would it survive the fire? Before you leave, my dear friends, if this message spoke to your heart, if you're walking through your own Job season right now, don't walk alone. The channel is not just about stories. It's about strengthening faith in a world that constantly tries to weaken it. It is about standing firm when life shakes you. It is about learning to trust God in both blessing and breaking. If you believe faith still matters, if you want encouragement that helps you face real struggles in today's world, if you want biblical truth that strengthens your spirit, then my dear friends, subscribe to the channel and become part of this growing faith community.